Hi and welcome to the first day of your Advent calendar. So happy December. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be here every day of December up until Christmas with a short sequence most days. On the weekends, on Sundays, we are going to have a slightly longer sequence. Today, we're going to get right into it. We're going to do a little flow. So it's going to be a flow based on all fours. So tabletop position with the hands and knees on the mat. So it should be a good practice just to get into your yoga, get into your body, into a little bit of stretching, a little bit of mobility, a touch of strength in there as well, as always with my classes. But hopefully it will give you a taster of what you're in for the next 24 days. If you've never done yoga before, that is okay. Most of the classes are suitable for you. Please just make sure that you listen to your body, and that goes for everybody. Make sure you're fit and healthy and adapt as you need. So grab yourselves a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can do this practice. That is absolutely fine. Just find yourself a space, a floor that isn't too slippy. And we are going to dive straight in. If you've never met me before, my name is Naomi and I am a yoga and meditation teacher, and I'm going to be taking you through your 24 days of yoga and meditation in an attempt to find a little bit of calm in this crazy festive season that is crazy at the best of times, especially this year. So we're going to have a little bit of calm, a little bit of community together as we practice for the next 24 days together in the lead up to our festive period. So getting straight into it, we're going to start in all fours. So find yourself in all fours. And then just settle yourself. So you want the wrists underneath the shoulders, you want the fingers spread nice and wide, and you want the knees underneath the hips. So you don't want to be too far forward or too short. You really want to find that distance that's right for you. For some of you, you'll need those hands a little further forward. Just really pay attention to where your knees and your hands are. We're going to begin with a nice and simple cat-cow. So even if you've never done yoga before, you've probably heard of this one. So we round through the spine and exhale. And then we inhale, we dip the belly, lift the gaze, and we're just mobilizing through our spine, beginning to engage some of the muscles around our torso as well. So inhale through the nose, dip the belly button down, exhale through the nose, around through the spine. Take a few more. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, rounding. Just beginning to get used to that movement and breath together. If you're an advanced yogi or a seasoned yogi, you're probably pretty used to your cat-cow. And if you're feeling that the spine is mobilized and ready to go, then maybe you want to begin to make your cat-cow more dynamic. So we're going to bend the elbows, round through the spine. Inhale, dip the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. You might want to sway a bit at the top. Just find some movement, find some dynamic movement in this stretch. Begin to really find some warmth and some space in your body. Really nice. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale and round. And then come to a neutral spine. I'm going to work on cat-cow, but slightly different. So almost like a barrel roll. You want to round through the spine. Then take the belly button over to one side, down to the ground, and then around to the other side. So as though you were taking your belly button in a vertical circle. So you should feel the abdominals switching on as well as relaxing. So they switch on as we move through the upper half. They relax as you come down. Take that barrel roll the other way. Close your eyes if you wish and indulge in that movement, really beginning to feel your body opening up into the yoga practice, and gently come back to static. Just find a little bit of stillness. Tuck the toes. I promise some strength. Here it comes. Hover the knees. Find that squeeze of your core, so your back muscles and your front of your torso switching on, finding a little bit of fire. We've got a lot of fire coming in the next couple of weeks. We've got some fire specific classes, but there'll always be a little bit of strength in some of my classes. And then release the knees to the mat. Take the hands out in front of you. Exhale, push the hips up and back so they stay above the knees. You can tuck or untuck the toes and begin to relax the chest down to the mat, coming into our puppy dog pose. Really think about extending the hands away, allowing the shoulders to soften. It can be a little bit tricky, this pose. We really need to surrender to it. Guys, practicing, know that you're naturally tighter in the shoulders. You might well be higher up. That is so okay. Don't worry about it. Even if you're not a guy and you're higher up, also okay. Don't worry too much about finding the full expression of these poses, particularly in the shorter classes over the next 24 days. Just find a little bit of the pose if that feels better for you. And then gently come back to all fours. So take the hands back underneath the shoulders again. Stack the knees underneath the hips, reset. Take the left hand to the middle of the mat. Inhale, reach the right hand all the way to the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. Squeeze the muscles of the shoulder blade, feeling a little bit warmer now. Exhale, thread that hand through and come into a gentle twist. Take a few cycles of breath. So you've really, really threaded that right arm underneath the left, palm facing up. Trying to keep the hips relatively centered over the knees. Feeling that gentle twist through the thoracic spine, so the spine that is attached to the ribs. Inhale, come back to center. Switch sides. Take the right hand to the mat. Spread the fingertips. Inhale, open. Reach the left hand to the ceiling. Squeeze the muscles between the shoulder blades. And exhale, thread that hand through, placing left shoulder to the mat. Relax the side of the head down. You can untuck the toes if that feels good. Just make sure there's space for the face so you can move that right hand if you need. And take a few cycles of breath. So we've got some fire and some calm. Many of you who've been to my classes in person know that that's always the balance we go for, strength and flexibility. So some days we've got more strength, some days we've got more calm. We've got a really, really good variety over the next 24 days. Each day you'll find something new. Gently wiggle your way back to center. And then just making sure that you're towards the front of your mat. So if you aren't, and like me, you need to come forward, just shuffle forward. Then we're going to take our right leg back, push into the heel. Feel that stretch through the calf muscle, then tuck the left toe, push all the way back to a semi-downward facing dog. Just really, really feeling that length through the right leg. Come back down. As you come down, inhale, lengthen right leg, left arm away from one another. Come to your Superman pose. Take a breath. And place the left hand to the mat. Sweep the right leg out to the side. Feel a little bit of fire, a little bit of burn. Circle that right leg, just a few circles. Feel that stability. And then sweep right leg all the way behind your left and reach the right hand to the sky. So it's a little bit of an opening through the hip and through the obliques and the torso as well. Gently place your hand back to center and then come back to all fours. Take a cycle of cat-cow. Inhale back to center, taking left leg behind you. Push into the heel, feel that stretch. Enjoy that release, that's it. Tuck the right toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Feel that length, feel that enjoyment. Maybe it's a slightly odd enjoyment, but it does feel good. When you're ready, return back down with the right knee, lift right hand and left leg off of the mat. Superman pose. Try not to dip through the belly. You want to stay engaged. You want to stay strong through the belly and through the back. You want that really, really nice long line from fingertips to toes. Good. Place that hand to the mat. Open up. Place left foot behind right and reach all the way up to the ceiling. Feel that opening of the obliques. Place the hand back to the mat. Taking both knees to the mat. One more cycle of cat-cow. And then if you wish to add to your cat-cow, we're going to, as we open up, we're going to reach that arm up and around and take a couple of arm circles with our cat-cow. So it feels a little bit weird. There's not much rhythm to it necessarily, or not much technique to it. You're just creating more space. And then place that hand to the ground. Reach left hand forward. And then take that movement through the spine and through the shoulder. A little bit more of a mobility move, this one. Good. One more time. Place the hand to the mat. Take the big toes together. Take the knees slightly wider than the chest. Sink the hips back to the heels and push down into your child's pose, releasing the forehead to the earth. If the forehead doesn't reach, take a cushion below the forehead. And take a few cycles of breath now. just relax for a moment. Just take a moment to come back to the present moment. Take this time for all of that energy that you've just created to settle throughout your body so that you can go ahead and use it whenever you need over the course of today. Really good. Really allow that breath in and out through the nose to help you relax. And then wiggle yourself back up to center. Just come to kneeling or to seated, whatever it is that feels good for you. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Close the eyes, drop the chin to the chest. Blink open the eyes, allow the light back in. And slowly lift the gaze. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for your first day of our Advent calendar. Tomorrow we're back with a gentle sequence, a hip opening sequence. I won't spoil the surprise and tell you what tomorrow is every single time, but just to tempt you back tomorrow for the 2nd of December, we've got a gentle hip opening sequence. All of it is lying on our back, so super gentle, really, really nice, really, really good way to perhaps to end your day or start your day. Have a lovely rest of your first day of December, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2.